We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Did Tyson Fury warn us about Glovegate 2.0 before the Deontay Wilder rematch? We gonna talk about it.
I don't wear nothing on my hands. Just bare knuckles out and that's it. Like, no such thing as bandages, because bandages kills your clout. You're not able to cut your man in or do nothing to him. So that's it. Bandages only for the ring, for the gloves, not for bare knuckles. When I used to be doing a lot of training years ago when I was a young lad, I used to, before I'd fight a man, maybe a month beforehand, I used to stick my hands in PETROL. I'd lay my hands like a rock hard. But I don't like telling that to everybody. Any young lad is going to there, like, I don't want everybody to know my secrets. But that was a secret in my hands, keeping them hard, keeping them like a stone. I used to have them. Lay them in PETROL for 20 minutes every day. Any man I ever fight, I always left him with a face like a butcher's block. I would lay him with 9 or 10 stitches, 20 stitches or something like that.
Wow. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you're interested in getting ESPN Plus pay-per-view, use my link. It does help the channel when you guys click on that link. Link in the description. It should be a good fight. Jorge Masvidal, that's my dude. Looking forward to Street Jesus versus Usman. ESPN Plus. Listen, ESPN Plus. Now, we got a very serious thing. Did Tyson Fury warn us about Glovegate 2.0? Now, you've seen that clip. There's an Irish traveler, which Tyson Fury, I think he might be of Irish descent. We know he's the Gypsy King, so that's what he proclaims. And he's a traveler, right? It says, I soak my hands in petrol before my fights. Irish traveler experience. He details his experience bare-knuckle fighting. Says, I used to train a lot before. I'd steep my hand, like you steep a bag of tea, green tea or whatnot, in petrol, which is gasoline. You see, this is looking crazy. It left my hands like a rock. That's what he says, right? Now, Glovegate 2.0, was Tyson Fury trying to tell us something? Now, link in the description. This is Tyson Fury. This is not Ego. This is Tyson Fury said. It has almost 500,000 views, so I know some of you guys have already seen this, right? Tyson Fury, bare knuckle tradition. I'll be dipping my hands in petrol 5 times a day for a month, right? And he works with the Telegraph. Of Tyson Fury in a conversation with Gareth A. Davies at Top Rank offices in Las Vegas. This is the description. When I finish... He has a quote. This is all laid out for me. So let's go through it. At the Top Rank offices, when I finish these 3 fights and beat everyone, I'll retire and wait for another 10 years and the next generation, and I'll beat them because that's how good I am. I'll go away and retire, put on a load of weight again. When the guy comes along, you know, find the Gypsy King. 12 weeks is all I need. Talking travelers, which the last guy was a traveler, and he told you he used this tip. After the fight, I'm going to take a break, blah, 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 right? So this is Tyson Fury admitting that he was dipping his hands in petrol. That's the title of this video. And again, almost 500,000 in terms of views. Now, evidence shows that there's a bare knuckle brawler, Joe Joyce, who says, that was my method. He said, this is my little secret. If you watch the video, this is my little secret, so I don't like to give it out. Now, I did some research, soaking hands in petrol. First of all, I don't even know if this is legal for, like, these are UK travelers, you know, Joyce and then Fury. So I don't know if that's legal in the state of Nevada, California. It's such an odd practice that I haven't really seen in the world of boxing. But you see, this is a bare knuckle fighter. We're not talking about bare knuckle boxing. You know, they have a bare knuckle boxing league, but that's not what Fury's in. They said Shannon Briggs might fight in it. We've seen Artem Lobov and Paulie Malignaggi and other people join the Bare-knuckle league. But boxing, the Wilder fight versus Fury, is not supposed to be that. But we did some research, and Tyson Fury, like, this has been well documented, right? Dipping hands, playing the fuel. Tyson Fury dipping his hands in petrol for 5 minutes a day to toughen up knuckles before the Deontay Wilder. So let me get this straight. Tyson Fury is quoted on tape saying he's dipping his hands in gasoline, petrol, and then it looks like his gloves ain't got no padding. You just heard an admission from a bare-knuckle fighter, which Tyson Fury says he comes from a long line of bare-knuckle fighters. And he says, hey, my little secret is to dip my hands in gasoline for a little bit longer. He said 20 minutes. And it left my opponent with stitches and cuts. And, you know, it left my hands like stone, right? It left my hands like stone, like a rock. He just told you this. And then we see Wilder's eardrum look busted. He's bleeding profusely, which we've shown. And I might even show at the end of this video, right? This is all documented stuff. Wilder sustained welts, and they're saying, you know, the brother, Marcellus Wilder, is saying there's a dent in the man's skull or in his head, or like, you know, some type of injury that the doctors didn't feel consistent. But yet they're saying Glovegate 2.0, there's no story here. It's an open and closed case. People like the WBC, they're saying, hey, no, don't look at this. So Fury is using a tactic that was utilized by a bare-knuckle fighter, and he had nothing to do with the Wilder fight. He says it left his hands like stone. And then when we see Wilder with injuries we've never seen him with, this is not cause for concern. This doesn't look bad, right? And he's telling you this is what he was doing. Now, one could argue that Tyson Fury was just joking, but the burden of proof is on him, because this is what he told. He didn't say, ha ha, I'm just joking. This is his claim. That's his business. He said it. I don't know why he said that. Have you ever heard Floyd Mayweather say, for my fight with Manny Pacquiao, I'm dipping my hands in unleaded 89. Nah, I'm dipping my hands in Supreme Petrol, Chevron with Techron. You didn't hear Floyd do that. So Fury is the only fighter fighting in America that I know of that said they were doing this. So my question is, was Fury warning us all along? Just like they said R. Kelly, what he was being charged with, they said he was putting elements of that in his music. Makes you wonder, right? And again, I don't even know if that's legal, and everybody just dismissed it. When Fury said it, Fury, he says a lot of stuff, and they just ran with it. But this is something. How is this not a cause for investigation, man? New media, we control the narrative, right? Look, we looked it up. Tyson Fury dipping his hands in petrol for 5 minutes a day to toughen his knuckles before the Deontay Wilder fight. Tyson Fury claimed he will dip his hands in petrol for 5 minutes a day to toughen up his knuckles before the rematch with Deontay Wilder. Why didn't Wilder do this? Wilder is a natural, innate puncher. Daniel Dubois is a great vicious puncher. Anthony Joshua, Luis Ortiz. These are all natural, Joe Joyce. These are all natural punchers who throughout their career, they've inflict max pain on their opponent in the heavyweight division. None of them, unless you could show me with a link in the description, have ever said that they were doing this unique practice, right? Unique practice in order to harden their hands. Again, I can understand Big Joe Joyce. He's a traveler, so he was bare knuckle fighting. So for him, he's just trying to get off on you. He says, I don't care about bandages. Bandages are for boxing, and like, I don't need that because I'm a bare knuckle fighter. So how is this not cause for an investigation, bro? Like, who's done that? Is this legal? I've never heard of any other fighter doing this. Bare knuckle, that's his own industry. But there's a bare knuckle league. Why don't Tyson Fury fight Shannon Briggs in the bare knuckle stuff if that's what he wants to do? All of this stuff looks bad. And I did research on gasoline. It said, old bare knuckle boxer told me this trick to make your hands hard like a rock. Is that true, and how? It says gasoline, and this, don't quote this because I don't even know who's writing it, but they might know what they're talking about. We'll see. Gasoline and other volatile fuels also act as an astringent, meaning it draws moisture from the skin, depleting important oils that soften skin to leave a dry appearance and a rough surface area, right? Observe the face of people you have known for a time that smoke and count the wrinkles in their face. Analogy or comparison to smoking tobacco is that tiny blood capillaries in the body and especially the face dry up, producing a dried appearance. And again, I don't know who that person is, but to me, that would make sense because we know at the bare bones minimum that gasoline is a harsh chemical. There's warning signs. They say don't smoke by the gas pumps. There's also like poison control centers that have had to see people because they consume or ingested gasoline. So we know you're not supposed to, it's not the norm to dip your hands in there for any purposes. I've never heard it. I haven't heard one doctor that says, hey, this is a benefit to you to put your hand, just get a tray, a paint tray or whatever, put gasoline in it, petrol, and dip your hands for any length of time. I can't see how that would be advised. Even if you're at the gas pump and you get a little bit of oil on your hand, very hard to remove that stench, that fume, that smell, So once again, Tyson Fury, maybe he predicted what he was planning on doing. The videos here and the WBC and others, they're saying, don't look into this. This is a non-story. But how is this a non-story? How is this a non-story when you have a bare-knuckle fighter who's telling you his method that ironically Tyson Fury says was his method before the Wilder fight? And ironically, they're saying Wilder has a dent in his head and he sustained injuries that looked almost unrealistic to anybody that Tyson Fury has fought. Tyson Fury, he fought Otto Wallin, and Otto Wallin has less power than Wilder. He was leaning on him. He had to have a gutsy performance and, kind of slug it out in spots, had the nasty cut. Otto Wallin didn't look like this. Everything I'm saying, we can look it up. Tyson Fury, Otto Wallin post-fight. Right? Tell me that Otto Wallin looked like this. Tyson Fury probably looked more jacked up than Otto Wallin. Look, this is Tyson Fury. This is Otto Wallin post-fight. His ear's not bleeding. He has a black eye. I mean, I've seen guys get black eyes in boxing. I don't recall the last time I've seen somebody that had a eardrum that was like popped or perforated and blood was just trickling and leaking. I don't remember somebody had a dent. So like I said, Fury looked worse in the Otto Wallin fight. But you notice his gloves didn't look, he was wearing a different brand for starters, Everlast, but these Paffins that he have. So for these Paffins, I need to know that these are approved gloves, because where did these gloves come from? People have questions on the gloves. They're saying don't investigate. But guess what? Look what it did to Wilder, Deontay Wilder. His post-fight, it looked like he had almost like he had a concussion, like Tim Bradley when he fought against Ruslan Provodnikov. But Ruslan Provodnikov has always been a puncher. He's always been a puncher. Tyson Fury, we don't know him for walking you down without using his skill set and just trying to run through you. And don't tell me it's because he gained weight. There's a lot of guys that weigh a lot. Marish Weck, he weighs a lot, but that doesn't mean you're going to just walk guys down if you haven't been known as a natural puncher that does that, like Daniel Dubois, Wilder. Wilder has more power than people in the division, right? Than anybody probably in history. Wilder, bleeding ear. Right? And this could be why Wilder was caught so off guard, and it looked like a fight that nobody expected. Wilder bleeds from the ear. Look, well, I mean, what boxing fight have we had to typically see this as the end result? This is the corner, and not just putting an inswell on someone's forehead or hematoma on the head, where they look, their face is welting up on the side, bro. And then now we're getting info that Tyson Fury used this bare-knuckle tactic. Not a good look. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Glovegate 2.0 is still here. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.